I am about to go course walking. This is the board for the day. It's kind of like we've got not enough time to cool the horses off and then come back and tack up. So we're half tacked up a bit early because we don't want to run late if we have to, cool the horse off for longer. So I'm about to course walk, but before I'm just going to put together a bucket for each of them which has got their boots in it. And I'm just going to get their restore pastes and any other bits and pieces they need to have. Put those in their bucket so that it's all really easy for everybody to get sorted. So Zarzy has small feet, so she has these bell boots with a Z on them that are a small one, and they're not too long. She has these boots. I really like these Avento, Veritas Aventos. They're really good density impact deflection, I suppose. So I always put them on my leg and then I kick myself or hit myself, and then I like to feel if the impact is reduced, and if the boot's too hard and it doesn't have enough sponge to it or enough what do you call it? I'm having a bit of a mental word blank, but basically you want that impact to be dispersed. You don't, if the boot is like a hard shell, then it will rattle when you hit the leg, and you don't want the leg to feel that. So yeah, so these are quite good, and I really like the way they've got this piece of elastic at the bottom so the horse's leg at the joint can still move. That's, I think, one of the best features of these boots. And then we have a drink up for afterwards, which I'll probably drink anyway. A BCA paste beforehand, that's for replacing amino acids that their muscles obviously use a lot of during cross country. And then we have a restore paste for within half an hour of finishing. Vendi, bigger feet, bigger bell boots. He's a large. Then these PEI boots, because he's a bit bigger and there's quite a large fit, and I had a couple of pairs of these. He and Lewis, because they've got quite long cannons, they go well with these boots. When I do their boots up, I always do them up like 2 or 3 times each strap so that they're really firm. And again, I've got a lot of good padding in here. They're not heavy, and I think you just got to do them up really firmly, because people that have boots slip down, I think that's because they don't do them up firmly enough. And Huda, he has medium size feet. This is a large medium, so that means large diameter but not too deep, medium depth. And he goes in these escadrons. These are good for the slightly shorter cannoned kids, lightweight. I love about these is that at the back of the base of the knee, they've got give and they're soft, so when the horse flexes its knee, you have a look, boots that stick right up at the back of the knee, that's a lot of them do, and so I think it's really important. I really like this. And then he's got these back ones, Escadron as well. So I don't know, I kind of have a few different cross-country boots, and I just put what I think fits. And I'm not really a fan of the ones that have the strip down the front, the metal strip, because if you feel at the back of it, you can actually feel like you can feel it at the back, and I don't want anything to be sticking into their legs. Anyway, this is my thing, I'm just fussy. Okay, all right, I've got to go and do something. Course walking time. So cross country morning has started at Wallaby Hill, and we've got the pink class, so the 105 class. This is the second water crossing. Can't really see it from here. It's a telephone. We have to jump that in the 4-star and then swing around to this log into the water, and then you go left to, you can see it just behind the willows, the blue top fence, got a little sculptured snail there, so it just keeps you to the right of the fence. And then Huda jumps in over that log, and then he has 2 houses, which you also can't see behind the tree. So we've got the start, and then they come through here, through that gateway. Second fence for most classes is here, the second fence for the 4-star's a bit further on, and then through the gateway, and off you go. And the finish is also directly behind me too. This is the cooldown area that's been specifically made for the end of the horse trials. So we've got lots of hoses here, which is actually awesome. How do you pronounce this? So, when I lived in England, I was frowned upon because I pronounced it Belvoir, and it's actually not, it's beaver. Now, we've just had the funniest conversation because Lorzy said, I've got this tack cleaner, it's Belvoir, it's very posh, and I'm like, that's beaver. She's like, since when does that spell beaver? And like, since the UK. So then we've just asked around and said, does anybody else know? And everyone's called it a Belvoir. And then Clancy's popped out and gone, beaver, it's beaver. I follow them on Instagram. So, I don't know. The conversation has kind of gone south, but it is actually hysterical. So anybody planning from Australia to go to the UK who sees this is a beaver. Removes grease, dirt and sweat. We just discussed that the Belvoir is beaver. And all the Australians here have now just cracked up laughing because it was then... Oh, here's someone we can get her.
Nicky Lyle.
Nicky Lyle. How do you pronounce this? You've been to the UK.
How do you pronounce that?
Belvoir.
Ah,
Common. It's beaver.
beaver. I said, my beaver doesn't have an L in it.
No. However,
What does it have in it?
but it's for cleaning. It's a beaver cleaner.
If you
I'm
read
not
the back-
beaver. I'm not cleaning my beaver.
But
with
if
that. Belvoir.
If you read the back, it helps with fungus.
That's the front.
Yeah.
On the front.
Effective cleaning for leather, but also for beavers.
Don't scrape.
Antifungal.
Do not scrape.
Do not need to soak or scrape.
And it's for fungus. What else? Mold.
Do not put
Mold.
this on the internet.
I'll ask your permission
I don't
first.
come to your truck again.
Yeah.
So if you need some after cross country,
Del,
you're
how do you
really
pronounce
nervous
that?
And you need to borrow some later.
How do you pronounce that?
Belvoir.
Ah.
Beaver. Hunting,
Beaver?
hunting
It's
with the
beaver
beaver.
watch.
It's
Not Belvoir.
beaver
wash.
cleaner.
Yes. Well
Beaver
done.
wash.
Belvoir.
Yeah,
It sounds
it's-
very French.
Well, it's actually beaver and it's British.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I have to have the last say.
Yeah. The palms
This is gold. Oh, yeah, removes grease, dirt and sweat.
Uneducated, I would have thought.
Well, it removes grease, dirt and sweat. It's effective cleaning for leather, natural and synthetic tack. Antifungal formula prevents mold and mildew, and there is no need to soak or scrape with
Well, that's perfect for my
beaver
face
cleaner.
moisture.
Okay.
Covers leather in the skin.
Well, you know, we were thinking if it was beaver cleaner, it would be good not to scrape because no one needs to be scraping, you know. Anyway, it's been very humorous. I'm glad we bought the beaver cleaner.
Glad I picked that one.
Yeah.
Find a British person. Oh,
I'm
Alex.
British. I'm
Oh
not
my-
British.
No, you are not.
Well, your
You
Chinese
don't
side
count.
failed on the
You've got
pronunciation.
Belvoir.
She pronounced it with a Chinese side.
We need to ask a British person.
There is no
Alex is
Chinese
British.
person
Alex is
saying
British and she would know.
She would. Okay,
that. You
later.
just need to Google it.
We can't. We haven't got
Yeah.
a phone reception.
Ah. Oh, this is my geek coming out. This is how I retain information. So I've got all the minute markers that are on the back of the map. And I've used the cross-country app to take photos. And then here I just write down where the minute markers come in relation to the fences. It's really just like revision for study, but it helps me to remember where I'm going. And I'm really nervous so my brain doesn't work. And I've got a resting heart rate of 100. I select studs here, and the ground is really, really hard. So I'm loath to put much, I think, those behind. You know, I don't even want to put that in front because it's so hard that I don't want them to get jarred up. So, have a think. We might think of these behind. 2 in each one. So there's 1 horse, there's 2 horses. Maybe. Because I'm just doing it. I'm just testing it actually. Okay, so this is my test. But okay, if they're not gonna 500 kilos, it's got to punch that into the ground without it reverberating back up their legs. Have a think. Right, time to get ready for cross country. Hughie, clear and under. You are so clever. Very brave, courageous boy. Ooh. And ice boot time, and he's had a restore paste, and we're just waiting on his drink up. Bless you. Good boy, well done. So keep you cool in there. What was he?
38.6
Yep.
and 66.
Okay, fantastic.
38.3.
Okay, good. All right, then we'll go. So we've got these kids, the big kids ready. This one is, are you prepping, Vend? Got you all ready to go, just snoozing. And Zarzy, ready to go. Shiny bat. All very zen, which is nice. Actually glad that I've got one out of the way. Feeling good. Right, time for... Oh, my highway.
Zarzy's just kicked mum in the leg
Oh shit!
and it's bleeding, but the medics are coming.
Oh, that's why the it's alright, that's the medic and she's up there. Lorzy! Zarzy just kicked Annie in the leg.
Man down. She's
That's-
okay, but she's got to stay in us.
Medic's there.
Okay.
It's booted her.
Medic's there.
Alright,
The medic's there.
that's alright, we'll step up. No, we're more worried about what we're going to do with the horse in vet check. Yeah, that's fine.
25 seconds. 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Vend. Oh my god, what an epic day. So, Hughie went round clear. He was fantastic. There was a bit of a delay on course starting, so I didn't have a lot of warm-up, but really, they don't really need a lot. Usually I give them 20 minutes to half an hour, and that includes a lot of walking and chilling out, and so that they are really zen before they go cross country. Anyway, he was really good. Under time clear, felt really super. Then we got Zarzy ready, and they were a little quicker to start than I anticipated. So I had about 9 minutes to warm up, and she was a little bit vibed, because she can get a bit vibed. Anyway, Mum was putting her grease on in the warm up. No, I'm good, thanks. Yeah. Mum was putting her grease on, and she went around, must have gone to do one back leg and went around the back of her, and all I could hear was this thud. Mum's like, Zarzy has kicked her, like on the thigh, whereabouts, like here, there, sent her flying backwards onto the ground, and I'm like, oh my god, Jesus Christ, she's kicked my freaking mother. Thankfully, she was okay, and the next thing, she looks down and bleeding, so I'm like, get the ambulance, quick, my god, Mum. Anyway, all these people came to help. It was right. They're like, no, you go, you got to ride, because I was next to go. I had like freaking 2 minutes to leave the start box. Anyway, so I went round cross country. I was 20 seconds under time. I slightly mixed up one of my markers with the 3-star that I'd just done with Hughie, and I just kept going at the pace I was going, and I could have backed off a little bit, but anyway, I came in 20 seconds under, and it was actually quite an easy track because there's quite a bit of galloping for her. And then we get back and we get Zarzy into the cool down, and she's carrying on a bit, and we didn't have her rope halter on because she hasn't been wearing it lately. She hasn't really needed it. Anyway, she was all feisty, and she barges straight through Lorzy, barges over these hoses that are attached, like I showed you, and then gets freaking her back leg tangled up in a hose, and of course wants to nick off, pulls the back shoe half off with the hose. My god, I'm just going, oh. So Nathan, our team vet, came in and he grabbed her foot and picked it up and couldn't get the shoe off, so he held it up there. And luckily Zarzy at this point had decided that she would stand still because I was about to kill her. So we got some elastoplast, we taped the shoe back on. She hadn't stood on the toe clip at this point. I held her, told her that her behaviour was exceedingly unsavoury and not ladylike whatsoever, and we managed to cool her off. And yeah, so Mum got sorted. She's amazing, Mum, she's so stoic. I then had to go and get on Vendi. Didn't really want to leave Zarzy with everyone else, but we had Lorzy, Clancy and Nathan the vet and Lily, and she'd calmed down, so I went, okay, please don't hurt anyone else. Then ran back and jumped on Vend, and Vend was really good. He just went clear, and he was about 8 seconds under, and he was really, really good. You know, he's not as fast as she is, obviously, but he hit top speed, and he went top speed for him the whole way around, and he was really honest, so it's good. So we have 3 clear under time, and I'm now going to get changed out of all of this. I cut my sleeves off about 5 minutes before I hopped on to go cross country because I decided it was too hot, but I kept the sleeves in case I want to put them back on. Oh my god. So I've got to go and help everyone, and we're going to go and get them all sorted and make sure everyone's sound and see, hose them, wash them, clean everything,